Coming in, we know this happened at just after 10 o'clock this morning. A woman was in a Walmart shopping center with several of her children. At some point, the 2-year-old child that was sitting in the shopping cart reached into her purse, actually pulled out the handgun.
Already recovered from the water, someone's possessions. Then came this. The crushing, all-consuming weight.
Mother, she was dead at the scene. They immediately evacuated the store, and now investigators are still on the scene there several hours later, just trying to gather as much evidence as possible. They do say right now.
For some, the news was just too much. So overwhelming, they fainted. For 3 days after the plane disappeared, some held on to the hope it had crash-landed, that those on board were still alive. Others had already feared the worst, but confirmation of those fears.
In this area for the holidays, and so we don't have her name or specifically where she was from. Information about who this woman was. We're hearing that she was visiting this area for the holidays, and so we don't have her name or specifically where she was from. They did indicate
Is brutal nonetheless. The mayor of Surabaya, with her arm around a grieving relative, told him to be strong. It's God's will, she said. Our lives belong to God. The president, who just a few days ago led commemorations for the dead.
And in the state of Idaho, you can, with a permit, bring a gun into a public place like this. There are some places where it would be prohibited, like a school or a prison or a courthouse, but it really, especially in the state of Idaho, is not terribly uncommon for some.
Of 2004's Boxing Day tsunami now has to lead his nation in grief once more. To the families, I feel your loss, he said, and we pray that all of you will be strengthened in the face of this tragedy. As the president was speaking, family and friends of the plane's pilot.
Now, though, was there a round in the chamber? Was there a safety on? Were there safety precautions that could have been taken to keep this young child from being able to grab the gun and fire it so quickly?
Gathered outside his home. Inside, they took it in turns to pray for Captain Iriantu, for a lost son and father. The government says the priority now is to recover all the bodies and the debris and, of course, the all-important black box flight recorder to try and establish what could have gone so. Executive doesn't want to speculate on a possible cause.
The CEO's worst nightmare one could have.
Will go out again.